Before I begin, I want to be very clear. This video does not excuse or justify the actions of Harris and Dylan Klebold during the Columbine shooting in 1999. What they did was horrific and caused unimaginable pain to so many lives. This is an exploration of systemic failures and societal dynamics that might have contributed to what happened. It's meant to encourage critical thinking and compassionate discussion. If you're triggered by topics like violence or trauma, please take care of yourself and feel free to skip this video. We've been talking about Columbine for decades, but what if we've been missing the bigger picture? What if this tragedy wasn't just about two individuals, but about a system that failed them and so many others? Let's take a closer look. In April 1999, Harris and Dylan Klebold carried out one of the most infamous school shootings in history at Columbine High School. Since then, the narrative has often painted them as monsters, focusing on their actions without diving deeper into why this happened. To truly understand, we have to take a look at the environment they grew up in, the systems that shaped them, and the broader societal issues that influenced their worldview. Eric and Dylan weren't born violent. They were shaped by their environment. Let's start with high school itself, a place where hierarchies dominate. School often rewards conformity and marginalizes those who don't fit in. Eric and Dylan felt alienated, powerless, and invisible. Their journals revealed deep frustration with a system that they believed oppressed them. The school wasn't just a building to them, it symbolized everything they hated about society: authority, rejection, and conformity. Then there's the culture of violence. From media to politics, we're surrounded by messages that power and aggression are ways to solve problems or make your voice heard. Eric and Dylan internalized these messages. Their fascination with violent games and media wasn't the cause of their actions, but it reinforced the belief that destruction was a form of rebellion. And let's not forget about their unmet emotional needs. They weren't taught how to process their pain, anger, or frustration. They lacked emotional regulation and self-awareness, which left them trapped in bitterness and hopelessness. This isn't an excuse, it's an explanation. And here's the thing, many people in the true crime community say they can relate to Eric and Dylan or other perpetrators. Why? Because they too feel unseen, unheard, and alienated by a system that prioritizes conformity. They recognize that pain, even if they don't condone the actions. But this isn't just about Columbine, it's about how our systems fail people every day. Schools, workplaces, and even society at large often marginalize those who don't fit in. When you're constantly told that you're the problem, that rejection can fester into self-hatred or, in extreme cases, outward aggression. Hurt people hurt people. And while most don't resort to violence, the underlying feelings of alienation and frustration are far too common. Columbine wasn't just about two individuals. It was about a broken system that failed them. It's easy to label Eric and Dylan as monsters, but that prevents us from asking the harder questions. How do we create systems that support emotional well-being, nurture individuality, and teach healthier ways to cope with frustration? These tragedies force us to look at ourselves and the culture we've created. How many more people feel alienated, powerless, and unseen today? What can we do to change that? Let this be a reminder that systemic failures don't just affect individuals, they affect all of us. It is time to stop blaming and start understanding.